Hello, listeners. Welcome to Whisper Tales. Today's story is Secret Affair Exposed, Lover's Betrayal and Ultimate Payback. It was a rainy Friday, and Lena was sitting on the couch with a cup of tea, scrolling through her phone. She absentmindedly opened the shared photo album on her phone, something they'd created to keep memories of their trips and everyday moments. As she scrolled through the images, one photo caught her eye. It was from their weekend getaway last month, and Jake had taken it. But what made her pause was not the photo itself, but the background, a hotel room that she hadn't recognized. Lena's brow furrowed. She knew for a fact that they had stayed in a small cabin by the lake during that trip, not a hotel room. Curiosity gnawed at her. She zoomed in on the photo, focusing on a reflection in the glass of the window. The image was blurry, but she could make out two figures standing too close, arms intertwined, their faces half visible. One of them was definitely not her. A sinking feeling spread in Lena's chest. She set the phone down, trying to calm her racing heart, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Quietly, she got up and tiptoed into the office. Jake's laptop sat on the desk, a glowing beacon in the dark. She hesitated for a moment, but then a sense of purpose took over. She had no intention of snooping without reason. This was about getting the truth. She opened the laptop and typed in his password, something she knew by heart. It was his childhood pet's name. The screen lit up, and she immediately opened the browser's history. Her heart raced as she clicked through the search results. There were multiple tabs open with private messaging apps, and in one of them, Lena found exactly what she was looking for. Texts between Jake and someone named Mia. The messages were intimate, full of flirtation, and clearly, they had been going on for weeks. The final blow came when Lena found a message where Jake promised to meet Mia at the same hotel she had seen in the photo. Her worst fears were confirmed. Jake was on the phone when she walked into the kitchen. He didn't even look up. "Morning, babe," he said casually, as if nothing was amiss. Lena stood frozen for a moment. She glanced at him, then at the coffee machine, suddenly unable to even make eye contact. Her anger surged, but she kept it bottled up. "Jake," she finally said, her voice low and steady. He lowered the phone and gave her a questioning look. "What's up?" "I know about Mia," she said flatly. Jake's face drained of color. He opened his mouth, then closed it again, as if looking for an excuse. "Don't even try," Lena continued. "I saw the messages, the photos. I know everything." Silence stretched between them, and then Jake sighed. "Lena, I didn't want you to find out this way." "You didn't want me to find out?" She shook her head, incredulous. "You thought you could get away with it?" Jake opened his mouth again, but Lena cut him off. "I don't want to hear it, Jake. You've made your choice. And now I'm going to make mine." As Jake tried to apologize, Lena wasn't listening. Her mind was already working. She wasn't going to let him off easy. This wasn't just about getting closure or moving on. No, Lena needed to get revenge, the kind of revenge that would leave Jake speechless and regretful for the rest of his life. She spent the next few days crafting her plan. Lena had always been meticulous, and she knew how to use her resources. First, she needed to gather all the evidence, emails, photos, text messages, everything that Jake and Mia had exchanged. She made copies of everything, ensuring that she had a secure backup. Then Lena reached out to a private investigator she knew, someone who specialized in exposing cheaters. The investigator followed Jake for several days, taking photographs and documenting his secret meetings with Mia. It wasn't hard. Jake was predictable. He'd been meeting Mia at the same hotel for weeks. But Lena's plan wasn't just about exposing Jake. She wanted to make him feel the full weight of what he had done. 2 weeks later, Lena decided it was time to confront Jake again, this time with everything. She had arranged a dinner date at their favorite restaurant, where they had celebrated many anniversaries and milestones. Lena made sure to look stunning. She wasn't just showing up as a woman betrayed. She was showing up as someone who was about to take control. They sat across from each other, the ambience intimate. Lena ordered a bottle of wine, and as they drank, she smiled at him, masking the storm brewing inside. "So, how's Mia?" she asked casually. Jake's face twitched, his eyes darting toward the door. He had no idea where this was going. Mia is... I didn't mean for things to get complicated, Lena. Jake, she interrupted, leaning forward with a steely gaze. I have something to show you. From her purse, she pulled out a manila folder, placing it on the table. With a quiet, deliberate motion, she slid it toward him. Jake's face went pale as he opened the folder, revealing the printouts of all the evidence she had gathered. There were photos of Jake and Mia at the hotel, text exchanges full of promises, and even bank statements showing payments to the hotel for their stays. This is everything, Lena said quietly, her voice cold. I know it all. Jake's eyes darted around, looking for a way out, but it was too late. Just when Jake thought things couldn't get worse, Lena smiled faintly, as if revealing the truth was only the beginning. Here's the thing, Jake, she said, her voice calm and even. You didn't just cheat on me. You betrayed me in a way I never thought possible. But you see, I've learned something these past few weeks. Jake, still reeling, shook his head, unable to speak. He wasn't sure what Lena was getting at. I've learned that I don't need you to be happy, she continued. In fact, I don't need you at all. But I can make you regret this for the rest of your life. Lena stood up, and with one last glance at him, she walked away, leaving Jake stunned and speechless at the table. 2 weeks later, Lena's plan came to fruition. Jake was blindsided by the news that not only had Lena left him, but she had also shared all the evidence of his infidelity with his friends, family, and colleagues, everyone who would care to know. She had arranged for an email to be sent to his workplace, detailing his affair with Mia and even including some of the private photos that had been taken. She'd made sure that the message was professional and no one could deny its authenticity. And as for Mia, Lena made sure to send her a copy of all the documents, too. Mia had been a willing participant, but she was not going to escape Lena's wrath. Jake lost his job. His friends distanced themselves from him, and his reputation, both personal and professional, was in tatters. As for Lena, she walked away unscathed, her dignity intact, and her heart ready to heal. She had made sure that the revenge she delivered was the perfect kind, one that no one saw coming.